In this video, we are going to talk about Toshi, some of its recent price action, as well as the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of Toshi to go in the coming days and weeks. We will start by looking at the weekly chart, and what we can see here is that Toshi seems to be stalling at this crucial support area that we have talked about in previous videos. We have talked about Toshi being in this range between the support area that is the previous low from June of this year and this trend line connecting the lows that acted as support previously throughout the year and that we have broken down from back in November, about a month ago, and then started dumping very aggressively until we reached this support area. As you can see, this dump has lost a lot of its momentum, the red candles are getting smaller and smaller, and in the last couple of weeks, the price of Toshi has barely moved. So is Toshi gearing up for a large rally from this crucial support area, or will it just continue dumping a lot further? That is the important question right now, and in my opinion, as long as Toshi holds above this support area, my base case would be that we will get at least some sort of a rally for Toshi, but if we actually break down below it, even if we just close 1 or 2 weekly candles below this support area, then that would likely lead the price of Toshi to start plummeting and getting a lot lower, most likely going all the way down to this previous low from back in April. This is basically the all-time low, and that would act as the next support area if we do break down below the one that we are at right now. In general, the price action for Toshi is not looking so strong considering the move by Bitcoin in the last couple of weeks. In the last few days, in the last couple of weeks, we've seen Bitcoin going from about 80k to over 90k. And we've seen most of the rest of the crypto market follow it as well and getting a relief rally. But with Toshi, we haven't really seen a relief rally. All we've seen is a slowdown of the momentum to the downside. We haven't really seen a relief rally back up. But this is to be expected with such a small market cap meme coin. Usually, the smaller of a market cap the coin is, the more it will lag behind Bitcoin. We've seen most of the larger altcoins getting a recovery following Bitcoin almost right away. But with such a small market cap meme coin like Toshi, it is very normal for it to actually take a while for it to follow Bitcoin. So I think that if Bitcoin continues its relief rally and it heads towards 100k and potentially even crosses it, which I think is very likely and will probably happen sometime in the next few months, whether Bitcoin creates a macro lower high or continues all the way up to new all-time highs. Regardless of that, I think that Bitcoin will likely cross 100k, at least by a little bit, sometime relatively soon. And when that does happen, as long as Toshi holds this support area until then, I think that there is a very good chance that we will actually see Toshi getting a very significant rally from this area, potentially all the way up to the trend line. Another resistance area that we will face below this trend line is this low from back in September. So this will likely be the next resistance area if we do get a significant rally from here. But then again, a rally from here right away to the trend line would not be so insane with such a volatile coin like Toshi. We've seen rallies like this happen multiple times in the past in the short history of Toshi. We've seen it happen once right here in May. We had this massive green candle, and this rally was basically identical. It was from exactly where we are right now, basically all the way up to the resistance area of the trend line. So this is almost identical to the rally that could potentially happen sometime soon. And we've also seen an even larger rally back when the coin was just launched. It rallied from again a similar area to where we are right now, all the way up to the all-time high of 0.0025. So I am definitely not expecting such a sharp rally, but I think that a rally like the one that we've seen back in May is completely possible. It might not happen in just a few days like it happened in May, but it could definitely happen over a few weeks. So yeah guys, overall on the weekly chart, what I'm thinking is that as long as we keep on holding this crucial support area and we do eventually see Bitcoin crossing 100k, which I think is very likely sometime soon, as long as both of these conditions meet, I think that a very significant relief rally for Toshi is very likely. But if we actually break down below this level, which could happen very quickly with how volatile Toshi is, if we close a weekly candle below this area, then that would likely just lead Toshi to continue dumping a lot further. I'll now briefly look at Toshi on the 1 hour chart, and what I can see here is that we have a structure of lower highs but higher lows. So this creates a wedge right here. If we connect the highs and we connect the lows, we can see that we have a wedge forming right here, right around where the support area that we just talked about on the weekly chart is. And this will be a very important decision point, whether we break out above or below this wedge. A breakout to one side is inevitable. The question is whether it will be up or down. Right now, there really isn't any sign of whether it will break up or down. We are basically exactly in the middle of this range, but sometime in the next few days, likely in the next week or two, we will have a breakout. I think that it is probably a bit more likely that this breakout will be up, because I am expecting Bitcoin to continue its relief rally, but it is absolutely not certain for such a short-term move. And this microstructure on the 1 hour chart will likely actually be very important for the entire structure on the weekly chart as well. If we break out above this wedge, then this will likely start the relief rally for Toshi, and it could lead to a very big rally. But if we break down below it, then this would mean that we break down below the support area that I have talked about on the weekly chart, and to the dump by Toshi continuing a lot further down. So the next couple of weeks for Toshi are very important. In general, what I would say is that I am expecting most altcoins to lag behind Bitcoin, at least until the relief rally by Bitcoin continues a lot higher and we see a much better narrative in the entire crypto market. I think that at least until Bitcoin starts getting above 100k and we potentially see Ethereum approaching new all-time highs, most altcoins will likely lag behind Bitcoin and underperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. Of course, there can be some exceptions, but I think that being heavy into altcoins would not be very smart at the moment, and I think that it's too early for that. Of course, this is not financial advice whatsoever, but that's just what I personally think. And with Toshi, I still think that it's too early. If we do actually see Toshi breaking out of this wedge up and we start seeing a structure reversal, then Toshi could actually get a very significant rally. But at the moment, it's too early and too risky, in my opinion, to really get heavy into Toshi. Again, this is not financial advice. But hey guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more updates about Toshi, as well as other meme coins and altcoins and the entire crypto market in general, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.